Good afternoon. On your mind today. I've been making phone calls and doing my work, and it's supposed to be a hot day here in Eugene, Oregon. Um, but I'm wondering what you're thinking about. What's oh, there it goes. It just notified people that we are here to find you, and we do not have a sponsored show today. So sometimes it's just nice to sit and chat with you guys and find out what you're thinking, what the headlines are for you, not necessarily what the headlines are for the institutional media or what the headlines are on social media, because I'm finding more and more that they don't really reflect my life or what I'm doing or who I am, or what I'm even thinking. It's a little crazy out there. There's Ashley from Roseburg, Oregon. What's going on in Roseburg, Ash? Hi, Ann. How are you? And Jeannie, it's good to have you on. Hi, Donna. How are you? So yeah, what are you guys thinking about? What's kind of on your headline list of things going on in your world? I'm just very, very curious. We had a protest in Springfield last night, but it was kind of an interesting, different kind of protest. It was supporting the police, and then some others came in and made it into a Black Lives Matters protest. You're playing in the pool. Oh, shame on you. You don't come on here when I'm working and say, I'm playing in the pool. Not to be that guy, but if you have other things more on your mind, then that's the privilege peeking out. Oh, Thomas, you are being that guy. You can't help it. No, I got bills to pay. I got life to live on this side. Doesn't mean I'm not concerned about those things. In fact, I'm trying to set up a meeting with a couple of folks with the police department and the Black Unity folks here in town. So I'm paying attention, but I got bills to pay. I got stuff going on. Hi, Nick. How are you? And you know what's funny to me, Thomas? And I'm sure you're a cool guy. I'm not trying to pick on you, but whenever somebody says this to me, I always find it kind of funny. Well, not to be mean, because the next thing that comes out of your mouth is going to be mean. So when you write not to be that guy, you are going to be that guy. And we do that as human beings all the time. I'm not trying to be rude. And then the next thing that comes out of our mouth is rude. Hi, Dale. Glad to see you. Hey, Nick, how you doing after your surgery? Nick had back surgery today, and he's already on the internet talking. That's pretty cool. Misty, you were there. I was there. I was watching last night at the protest, and I didn't get in the actual protest. I just stayed back. Police were keeping us back by the time we got there, so we just kind of watched and supported the cause. What I loved about that last night was, if we start looking for things we have in common, nobody thought that Black lives don't matter. And I thought that was powerful. That was what I got out of that whole thing is, some people were there to support the police. Some people were there to support Black Lives Matter. But nobody was there to say that Black lives don't matter. So that's a positive. We got to look at that. Andy Conrad, Illinois River, 73 degrees. I'm thinking it's time to take a trip and a dip. I'm going to be down at Grants Pass this weekend. It's my birthday on Monday, and we're going to Grants Pass. I just got a message from my granddaughter, and their neighbors have COVID. So I'm a bit worried. Oh, just stay away. I'm wondering what school will be like in the fall. Yeah, that's going to be interesting. Tacos. Cindy, that's deep. Tacos are on your mind. Well, it is Tuesday. So that's normal, right? I mean, most people think about tacos on a Tuesday, right? Here's Chris. Hi, Rick. Salsa and ketchup on tacos. See, you're not alone. Today I took Papa's Pizza because I get a text special buffet. And so I walked in, used hand sanitizer, and made a notice that the buffet isn't set up. Oh, that's right. A lot of salad bars aren't set up. Hey, Kenny, how are you doing, buddy? Hello, Dana. Enjoying some sunshine. I love seeing the sunshine. I do too. Atticus, federal charges are destroying government statues. Okay. Oh, I miss you, Rod. Here we hold on. I miss growing up in Old Oregon, and I gotta miss Old Oregon too. I'm really sad that the BLM Antifa doesn't let anyone else have a voice. I think you guys had a voice. I don't think nobody can take away your voice. They may scream and do what they do, but it doesn't mean you don't lose your voice. Nobody takes away your voice. You give it away. Just means you have to be smarter. And I think we need to listen more. Any life matters. Hey, Christopher, how are you? Current compartmentalizing of opportunity and how we can break that mold in the post-shutdown world and build something cool for the locals with tools. That sounds like a great idea. When you listen to the president, these are the Muslims of an imbecile. Okay, Tim, well, don't hold back what you're thinking. Great seeing you today. Oh, thanks, Ann. It's nice to have you on board. Hi, Claudia. Tacos. Lots of taco thinkers. God, you guys are on here like crazy. I drove by last night and showed my son to support our police. They thanked us. We were in the car. When we drove by the crowd at the library, my son and I said we support our police. So many people yelled at you to my son, and I definitely teaching moment about hatred in my kid. Yeah, I heard that from a number of people that they thought that the anti-protest got a little bit rude, but I wasn't there. I kind of left. Grass pants. No, Marlene, Grants Pass. That's where I'm going. Why is it so damn hard to get a raft permit through the BLM? I don't know. I don't know, Kelly. I'm sorry. I'm going to Ashland this week. We'll be in the same area. I'm stopping before you. Sarah, property manager here, was wondering how and what the next few weeks will look like with the moratorium being lifted. Yeah, I don't know. I just think I have questions. Hey, Rick, have a great day. Thank you. They are doing summer school. I start driving next week. What roads will you be driving on so I can be warned? Road trip with friends and family. Oh, that sounds good. Hey, buddy. Eric, it's nice to talk to you. How are things up in Washington? The pressure on my nerve, it runs down my arm, has been relieved. They brought me Cafe Yum 20 minutes out of surgery. It was really good. I bet. Well, I wish you well, because after having a broken wrist, and the pain, I can't even imagine what you're going to go through. Happy birthday on Monday. Yeah, I'm going to be 61. 61. What the hell happened? How did I get to be 61? Okay, Gary, there's your opinion. I'll let people read that. I just got back from camping out in the Alvord Desert. Oh, God, I love it there. Hot springs. Before we headed home, we grabbed world-famous bacon cheeseburger. Field Station. Love that place. Did you get a milkshake? They're famous for their milkshakes, and the nicest couple owns that place. I was in Springfield Police Support Parade from 6 to 7 with some anti-police protesters. After 7, most supporters went home and left the protesters to do their thing. That's good. No, they yelled and got in your face. That's what they do. But you were there for your purpose, right? You did what you were supposed to do and what you wanted to do. So you don't worry about what other people do. Your message was heard. I know, but bullying is part of our culture now. I don't agree with it. But the same people that want us to give them a voice don't want other people to have a voice. And I don't think those people were necessarily the Black Unity group, because I didn't recognize anybody from there. And I've been talking with them, and they're super reasonable people. So I don't know who those folks were, but damn it, you got to crave tacos now. I didn't start it. Somebody up there did. That's not me. Thank you for your service and awareness you do. Cindy, you're welcome. I stay on top of this shit. I've been on the phone all morning setting up meetings with police and different people, because people call me and say, can you get me into this person and this person? That's kind of fun about having my life and all that I've done over my years, is I have a lot of contacts. And so when people want to put things together, and I'll tell you what, here's the thing. There's a whole bunch of people in our community who are really trying to get these conversations with Black Lives Matters, with Black Unity, and with police and things going. And I think that's a positive thing. BLM or hate. Just wanted to say hi. Jessica, I appreciate that. Can't wait. We all just eat tacos and be happy about it. What nice pictures you made of your Father's Day weekend with, that's Kathy. And her name is Kathy, but that's okay. I just want to make sure you get that right. But yeah, we had a beautiful weekend. I will find you. Yeah, I bet you will. I will be 63. Wow, you look good for 63. Except I hate that. I shouldn't even say that. I have people do that. You look good for 61. It's like, well, I think I look good for 30. So shut the hell up. Happy birthday, getting closer to me. Yeah, except you'll always be ahead. Rick, what are some must-sees around the Wallowa Lake area? Headed there soon. Oh, gosh, really? Okay, you got to go up on the tram on top. That's a beautiful thing. And there's a cool restaurant up there, and you can hike around a little bit. That's really, really cool. What else do you need to see? When you're in Enterprise, you need to go have lunch or dinner at the Terminal Gravity Brewery. They have excellent food, outside seating, super cool atmosphere. There's also a little bar in town in Enterprise around the corner down there, and it's a restaurant and bar, and we really like it. It's kind of old school, kind of neat. If you want to work out, they have a really nice gym there called The Vault, and it's in an old bank. It's a really cool gym, and you can check in and check out as you want. That's the kind of thing we do. What else in Enterprise? Well, in Joseph, there's this Stein Distillery. You can go tour that and buy distilled products. They also have a new pizza place that is right in town and in Joseph, and you go in and it's a wood oven pizza. And we haven't even had that yet. It hasn't been open since we were there. And what else? Oh, you got to drive to Imnaha. And then if you're brave and you want to go really see something beautiful, but it's about an hour and a half drive, you go to Hat Point and you drive out of Imnaha and up the hill. They can tell you how to get there, and you just keep driving forever. And you get up to the top and you can see the Seven Devils over in Idaho. Now, I've done it once, and I'm afraid of heights. I would probably not do it again because it's a pretty rough road, but I would always be glad that I did it once. So if you've never done it, you should do it. Unity is on my mind. Where do we all go from here? Political, no humanity. We all need to heal from this ugly division. It starts with us. I agree. I think it starts with looking in the mirror and going, I can't change the world. I can't change the situation, but I can change Rick Dancer. I can't change Jason James or Jessica or Ashley, but I can change me. And then I think it also has to be with you keep hanging on to your voice. I think we need to listen more, but I'm never going to have my voice taken away by people who treat me with racism. I mean, I'm white. I can't help that, but I still get to use my voice. And I will not be discounted by people who say, well, you have white privilege, so you don't get to be in this. And that's bullshit. You may think I have white privilege. Maybe I do. But I also have a voice, and I'm part of the community, and my family is part of this state, and our history is part of this state. And you don't get to take that away. Just because people made mistakes, I understand that. And we need to have more added Black history in Oregon. Oh my God. And I would love to know that. I'd love to have statues and all this kind of stuff of more representing the Chinese who were decimated in Wallowa County and Baker City, treated like shit. I think we need to honor those people too, yes, but don't dishonor mine because yours didn't get honored. We can honor everybody. And people that don't deserve to be honored, we can deal with that. But I think a Black man online this morning said something that has just stuck with me all day today. And he was saying, you know, what Mr. Floyd needed to live was he needed to take a breath. And this Black man said, what America needs to do right now is the same thing, is take a breath. Take a deep, deep breath and start working together and thinking rather than reacting to everything and trying to strip everything out of culture that has anything to do with something. Good God, we've all done things we aren't proud of. But taking a deep breath and then making decisions. My train, 2 million views on that rioting video from the blue car damage in Eugene behind Whole Foods. Bring out the water truck. I didn't even see that, Jason. I didn't even see that. I'm honestly thinking about my pint of ice cream in the freezer and my favorite TV show when I get off work. What's your favorite TV show, Jessica? I had a conversation with my son last night. You saw the post. I did. Sorry, Kathy. No, you're fine. You're fine. God, you guys are just talking on Chapala's Better Tacos, beer and tacos. I need tacos and a coast trip. Oh, where do you want to go on the coast, Kat? My birthday was Saturday. Happy birthday to you, Rick. Thanks, Jessica. It's coming up on Monday. I share it with a twin. I have a twin sister. Do you guys know that? I have a twin sister. I do. She was born 21 minutes after me. She couldn't figure out how to get the hell out of there. I've been guiding her for her entire life now. I was 21 minutes ahead of her, and she was sitting in there probably doing her hair or something, eating those delicious razor clams I dug here on the Oregon coast this morning. And it's what I'm thinking about. Oh, Lynn, that sounds fun. Where are you on the coast? You live really in a nice region. And we do. We really do. I want to go lap swim. Oh, Kathy, me too. And I broke my arm and I can't swim. And but Willamette Lane opened up and my wife went in there to swim, and they have so many rules. It's just kind of bullshit. She can only swim for 40 minutes and we swim for an hour normally. I can give that up, but it's like the rules to get in there are absolutely ridiculous. And so she's probably just going to go to our gym and not go back. I think they're going to lose a lot of money. Birthday burpees. So Dana was and still is, and one that comes back. She's my body pump class teacher. And every year on my birthday, I love burpees. She likes push-ups. I like burpees. So every year on my birthday, we make the entire class do my age in burpees. So this year they would have had to do 61, and all of them will be really happy that they're not there because there will be no burpees this year. Tacos and margaritas sounds good. Oh yeah. Whoever was asking about Wallowa County, Eric's got a great idea. You can go tour the Valley Bronze Gallery and Foundry. You know, the other thing you can do is go to pnwbackstories.com, and we have all of our videos on there, and we have a whole series from last year in Wallowa County. So you can get a great idea. Oh, there's also, probably not now, right, but soon, there's a rail thing. You get on these little rail bikes and you ride them, and it goes from Joseph to the town of Enterprise and back. And it's not a super great workout, but it's fun. It's really fun to do. Afraid of heights? I am too afraid of heights. I'm terrible. Sunshine. God, this thing's, you guys are just a ton of you on here. You have to stay as you are. Well, I hope I never stay as I am. I'm going to keep changing. Oh, yeah, you get a free Dutch Brothers on your birthday? I forgot about that. You can tell you really like people because most places you recommend were places to hang out with others. Yeah, I'm not a good COVID-19. I fail when it comes to, lockdown? I don't try to make anybody else in danger, but I'm sorry. I came to this earth to live, and I'm going to do it. We love and need your voice, Rick. Well, Ann, that is kind of sweet of you. I need your guys' support. I got my privilege from my education in college and working my ass off in life. Yeah. Yeah. I paid for half of my college, and then I get these kids today going, you should be paying for my college. It's like, hey, good God, I paid for my own. I don't have to pay for yours. Native Americans, let's honor them too. Oh, that's another thing. Okay, Wallowa. There's a, no, come on, Rick, come on. Oh, a little town in Wallowa County that's on the way to, oh shit. Well, there's a museum there for the Nez Perce it's not Lostine, it's in Wallowa, the town of Wallowa. And there's a little, so whoever that was, it's a little place, and you can go in and it shows all these artifacts from the Nez Perce Indians who Chief Joseph was one of the Nez Perce, and they ended up there. They were there in Wallowa and Joseph area. That reminds me also, though, in Lostine, there's a little store where they make pizza, and it's owned by this guy who grew up in Joseph and Enterprise. And now he's really rich. He lives in New York City, and he's building this, and everything in there he made, like the tile, the door handles, the brass door handles, and then they serve food, and then he makes clothing, his own clothing line. And it's right there in the general store. The general store closed, and he bought it, and now he hires people to run it. So there you go. There's another story. There's another place for you to go. Every gender and race. Absolutely turn this into a positive. You have to. Your train. Yeah, there's my train. I love my train too. Does she look like you? My sister, my twin? Okay, she's got her mustache isn't quite as nice and beard as mine. I mean, she has one, but it doesn't look quite as nice as mine. She really doesn't look that much like me. She's kind of short. She's beautiful. She's a beautiful woman, but she doesn't look like me. I have a younger sister that looks more like me. I'm literally at Hacienda Mayo having a cold soda and tacos. Give them a try. All right, Ashley, there you go. Thanks for the nice things you said about Peace Health. Oh, you're welcome, Jenna. They were awesome to me. I didn't get paid for that. That's not a pay thing. I just did it because I want to support my local hospital. Um, you didn't know I was a twin? Yeah. Thank God it's not a male. God, two of me. Oh, anywhere on the coast is where you want to be. Oh, happy birthday to your twin sister. I've always had to share my birthday. And then I got a job at KEZI, and my first news director, Rebecca Force, had the same birthday as me. So it's like I've never been away from this. The first girl I ever kissed, Sherry Palmer, she had the same birthday as me. I've been looking at home exercise machines. Think I might go with these stair step or squat assistant sideboards. Okay. See, I go to the gym because I got to be around people. I can't work out at home by myself. Rick, you are in the middle of the road on much of what's going on right now. How can that attitude and your notoriety be put to more good? Oh, it can. It's already put to so much good. Yeah, I'm not, I have my opinions. I know what I'm going to do. I know who I'm going to vote for. I know what I'm going to do, but it's not anybody's real business. And I don't like to sway other people by following me. I don't need followers. I just need people who want to lead themselves. And the only thing I can do is encourage people to get out and participate in life and live. Yeah, thank you, Kelly. That's it. The Rail Riders. Dale Leslie without a beard. Sally, I am completely paralyzed by heights. I have always been afraid of heights, and I get better. But when my kids were little and we go on a hike, I would stay in the back because I didn't want them to learn to be afraid of heights from me. If they have a natural fear of heights, that's their thing, but I didn't want them to get it from me. And so neither one of them are. Got to go down and try the new Covered Bridge Brewing Group. Where is that, Eric? Tell me where that is. I want to know. Today I'm working like every day. I have a small laundry. It helps me keep my mind busy. Greetings from Honduras. Oh, Claudia. Well, that's awesome. We have a Honduran here. And then why do some people feel so entitled? I work for a large online retailer, and the sheer amount of entitlement and rudeness that people have is unreal. Why do people think that they are entitled to get things for free when we are going through an unprecedented time? I don't know, Amber, but I'm sorry you have to put up with that because people can really suck. I'd hate to be in the restaurant business. Oh, Sally, you're surviving your last teenager. Been there. I just at the point of giving up. Don't want to go anywhere anymore. I liked everyone. Love working at my son's restaurant. Confusion on campus. Love your son's restaurant. The kids were great, and the officers that came in for lunch. It breaks my heart to see all the hate. Susan, I completely agree with you. It's heartbreaking. There are times when I sit there and I just don't want to do it anymore because I think people can be so fucked up and mean and pushy and bitchy, and everybody wants you to agree with them, and I don't give a shit. I don't agree with you, somebody. Get over it. It's all about arrogance, bullying, all the things we say as a culture we don't want to do or we shouldn't do. Somehow right now we're allowing that to happen. And Susan, I thank you for writing that because I totally agree with you. And this morning I was sitting there going, how am I going to get myself up to do this day? I'm tired of fighting. I'm tired of struggling to keep things going. Tired of turning online and just wanting to do this with you and getting all the bullshit and all the angry, mean, nasty, one bitter people. And the people that come on my page and backslap me, try to make it sound like they're worried because I have so many of you on here and they're afraid that they're going to, that you're going to listen to your own self rather than the community narrative. Or they're afraid that you're going to make the wrong decision when it's your decision, not theirs. there's a lot of fear. And then when people get fearful, then they bully, because then they start thinking they're right and their position is the only one. I asked a question the other day of all these COVID cases we're having, how many of them are people that are sick? Nobody can answer. For some reason, when I go to the dentist or the doctor or the barber or the massage therapist, they're asking me all the questions of whether I have the loss of taste, whether I have a fever, all these questions. And yet when they're testing people for COVID, they're not asking those questions. Bullshit. They're asking those questions, but for some reason, they're not giving us the answers. They're not telling us how many of those people are actually sick and how many aren't. Because I think that would make a big difference for people. I think they've scared the hell out of people. And by not giving them enough information. The world only has room for one Rick Dancer, and that is a fact. They broke the mold when you were born. Gladly. Oh, I think it's a brewery in Cottage Grove. Jessica, you're right. I remember that. How's Trev's doing after the unlawful break-in? I need to go there. I think she's doing fine. I think Rhonda's doing great. Got a lot of help. She had insurance that covered that. I don't know whether they ever found out who did it, but I think she kind of knows. I think it was an inside job. But yeah, you should go down there and support her. She's an awesome lady. Yeah, thanks. Yeah, you saw Eric. Somebody else answered for you. Just treat everyone how you want to be treated. Yeah, and it's an old rule that nobody does it. And now we have a whole culture of people who think that, you're stupid if you disagree with them. And so they're going to railroad their ideas through. And I think the problem with that, for me, and this is just me, when you start pushing me too hard, I will dig in and I'll just back away, and I'm still going to do what I'm going to do. I'm just not going to tell you. And I think that's what happens a lot in our culture is instead of us all having a conversation and working something out, compromising, one group pushes too hard, and then the rest of us are just going to turn around and go the other direction. So, and that gets nothing done. We should be able to have our own opinions and be respectful of each other. I agree. 100%. I'm tired of all the police hating and having to fight for the right to support them. When people call you names, see, and what I find the most discouraging thing is anytime, because I'm a white guy, anytime I bring up an issue that's I think a valid issue, I'm discounted by some, mostly white people, for my white privilege. And so then what? So you just take me out of the conversation because I'm white. That's easy. Then you don't have to deal with me. Well, horseshit. It's not how it works. I'm not saying there's no such thing as white privilege, but I'm saying you do not get to discount my opinion, because then it's the same thing as me discounting someone's opinion for them being black or Asian or poor or rich. And we do that all the time, but we say that we're not supposed to. And then we turn around and do it. That's called hypocrisy. You should always listen to your own self. I feel so many in the world don't know. Well, it's because I think it's easier to be swayed by someone else. And we love to have our ears tickled. All people have to do is tell us something that makes us feel good, and then we do it. And we live in a culture right now that, and rather than working hard or having to do something, it's whatever sounds easy, it sure sounds better. Every day I get more sad and trying to keep myself in the spiral. Karen, I am so there with you. I'm right there with you. My wife and I talk about this almost every night, going, it is so hard to keep a good attitude right now. We moved to Brownsville in November. I've been enjoying my new community, but vending, market, farmers, crafters, and 3 to 6. You know what? I do come there quite often. In fact, I love Randy's Cafe. My wife and I ride bikes we live out Camp Creek, so we ride bikes the back way to Brownsville, stop at Randy's, have lunch, and then we'd ride back through Coburg, and then we stop at Blue Valley Bistro in Coburg and get a cup of coffee. So yeah, I love Brownsville, and Randy's makes the best cinnamon rolls. Oh my God. I had to get a COVID test today to be able to have surgery next Tuesday, and they didn't ask me a single thing. See, why don't they do that? I mean, why would you not ask people if you're feeling sick or something? Maybe they don't want to know. I don't know. As a journalist, a former journalist, when you don't answer my questions or don't give me enough information, I get real skeptical. And I'm not a conspiracy theorist. I'm a guy who asks questions. And if you aren't answering my questions, simple things like that, then what are you hiding? 5.5 hours of waiting to see our dog's vet, wondering how much longer. What? Seriously? They have to COVID test your dog? Oh, you're welcome, Susan. And your kids got great food, man. Hey, Ricky Olson, how are you? And there's Heather. Finally gets here. Good God, what have you been doing? As far as I know, not one Eugene mail carrier has gotten so far. Well, that's good. My cousin's 61, a sportive, tall guy, got COVID actually February 5th, hospital a week ago, 2 weeks, lots of weeks of artificial coma. Luckily, he never smoked. Well, good. 100% agree. I would like to get back to social life. Isolation and withdrawal from the decades has taken it away from me. Colette, I would just recommend you just do it. Um, when we were in lockdown and restaurants were closed, Kathy and I weren't going anywhere like that, but we were still going to the store. We were going on bike rides. We were going working out, finding ways to work out. As soon as things started to open back, we went back to restaurants. I guess, if I get it, I'm going to get it. And I'm not being flippant about it, but I'm here on this earth to live as long as I can and as big as I can. And so I just have a different way of thinking about this. I don't want to get it because I had H1N1 and it was painful and it was horrible. I was sick, but I got over it. I don't know. I could go on, but then I'll get myself my tit in a ringer, as my mom used to say. But I'm not seeing the evidence that no, I'm just leaving. I'll leave it. There's a lot of hypocrisy in the world. Oh God, yeah, there's a ton of it. Getting out of town this weekend. You are? Yeah, me too. Going to Grants Pass. Spend time with my wife for my birthday. Just laying low. So anyway, but you guys, wow, that was a lot. You guys, all I gotta do is open the floodgates, and you guys want to talk. It's kind of fun. You have to have a little fun. Well, yeah, I'm not going to take 3 months of my life and isolate myself from feeling and living. I'm just not going to do it. I didn't. What do you think the whole mask thing? There's a lot of hate there when it comes to that. Kat, you know what? I would comment on that, but yeah, I mean, how the mask has become. I'm running on the bike path, and I'm not wearing a mask on the bike path. I'm running on the bike path, and then when I'm passing people, they're pulling up their mask when I go by. I find that just really weird. I'm not trying to judge them. And my thing is, if you want to wear a mask, then I think and it makes you feel safer that you're doing something that, to protect people and to protect yourself, then great. I've seen some other information that I don't know that they're as good for people, and I don't know that they're really doing much. So I'm going to react the way out. So if I go to a story and someone says, I always ask, would you like me to wear a mask? I have one with me. And most people say no. And if they do say yes, then I go, oh, and then I put it on because I'm respectful of people. But if I'm going around town and doing my stuff, I also have to live the life the way I feel it is. And for people that come on and say, you don't care about other people because you're not wearing a mask, I just don't, I just think it's peer pressure and bullying. And they believe that it works, and that's for them. There's other people who are believing it doesn't work, and we have research to look at that as well. So I'm already going to get my ass in a sling right now for that. If anybody gets to this far in the video, which they probably won't, so I'm probably safe. They'll get bored with you and me way before this if they want to get it. But what I dislike the most about the mask is it's become a symbol of morality. If I wear a mask, then I'm better than you, and if you don't, shame. And it's like, I don't do the shame thing. You have to have a little fun. I just don't do the shame thing. Hello, Rick. You are real, Rick Dancer. I am. I just think people. It's like, what is that in our humanness that makes it so we have to? We hate it when a church, and I don't like it either when a church does it. But it's funny how we hate it when a church does it. Puts a moral fiber out there, but then hear this thing with the mask, that's become this. I see so many threads going on and saying how people, you're selfish and self-centered because you're not wearing one. But maybe that person who's not wearing one has done their research, and they feel what they're learning is that it's more deadly, and it's not, and maybe they don't believe the CDC. So people don't take that into consideration. It's the same with vaccines. There's people that have good reasons for not getting vaccines. And then there's people that have good reasons for getting them. But it's none of your business. Masks are good to keep the bugs out if you forget to close your mouth. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I should remember that on a bike, huh? Rick, have you heard any updates on the kid that was selling chicken eggs to take his mom to Disneyland? Um, or the young man with the eating disorder? Okay, the little boy with the chicken eggs. I couldn't get. I re-aired the story, but I couldn't get. Hold on, I got a phone call coming in. I couldn't get a hold of them again. I think she's doing fine, as I understand. So I don't have anything on that one. The guy with the eating disorder, it wasn't an eating disorder. It was that he couldn't eat because he had a stomach issue. And Brandon's doing great. He's doing a ton better. So thanks for asking. And I'll check on that little boy. I tried to get a hold of them to go do more with it, and I could never get it set up. And so I just kind of left it. Anyway, I'm doing two things at one time here. That's okay. If I have to, I'll wear a mask. If I don't, I don't. Yes, just be respectful and don't wear a mask outside, and definitely not when working out. Oh God, well, there's people that do, and that's their thing, but I'm not. I breathe hard. And don't wear a mask when you're having sex. It's a real turn off. It's not like sexy underwear or anything like that. I don't care if it's lace. It doesn't matter. Masks are not to be worn when having sex. But never shame others who don't. Mark, good for you, and I appreciate that. I respect people that do that. We all have our reasons. Had to wear a mask in Costco, and after 20 minutes, I was lightheaded. Yeah, I had to wear one at the barber the other day, and I was like, oh my God, I don't think I could do this very much. I truly enjoy our little visits. I do too, Anne. I love doing this. I love my treadmill, can make it elevate. Yep, treadmills are great. And you got your garage, you got all that stuff going on. Yeah, and there's no shame for wearing them. I'm not putting people down for wearing them. Just don't put me down when I don't have one on. It's equal. It's respecting both ways. But in our culture right now, we've made it we made it okay to disrespect people for doing their own research and not believing what others might believe. So it doesn't mean you're wrong, but don't make assumptions about me because I'm doing something different. I have asthma. It's very hard for me. See, I have really bad allergies, and I put it on when people ask me to, and I can hardly breathe. But I'm not going to go around telling people, well, I have a medical thing, because honestly, it's none of their business. I don't have to go tell people my medical history. There's a HIPAA thing, and it's none of their damn business. Hi, Deborah. How are you? I'm coming your way this weekend. I'm going to be in Grants Pass. I can't wear a mask. My breath's too hot. Oh, God. Heather's got hot breath and she can't wear a mask. So Heather, never wear a mask when you're having sex, because that would be, well, you probably would die. Rick Dancer recommends no one wear masks when having sex. Do you do any local paranormal investigations or interviews? My whole life is paranormal. I'm being silly. Colette, no, I haven't so far. Tell me more. Jacob, dude, how you doing, man? It's good seeing you. I haven't seen you on here for a little bit. Oh, you're at the Coast Stand. Cool. Sex? What? Sex with the mask? Sounds a bit kinky. You have to get them with lace. And they cover your eyes to match your panties. Respect works both ways. Exactly, Anne. That goes for everything in the world right now. What? Don't wear a mask with sex? I do me, you do you. I'm so into that, Deborah. I love you. You're awesome. Your grand's gonna come out for some pizza at Applegate. I know I should get down there. I don't know what we're doing, but we're just hanging out because it's our little. So where is the pizza at the Applegate? Let me know, because that might be something we check out. Paranormal would be quite interesting. Yeah, but what if they take over my show? I don't like to be upstaged by supernatural creatures. Does that make sense? That's my arrogance. I spent too many years on TV. Nobody gets to upstage me. If people don't agree, they use shaming. Exactly. and that's wrong. And you know, and the problem is, honestly, and I'm not being flippant, but if I've done my research, and I have, and I've seen the reports, um, then I'm going to do what I feel is right for me. And you can bully me, you can put me down, you can blast me. It's not going to change me. It doesn't mean I don't listen and I go research what you're talking about, but it's none of my business what other people think of me. And I don't live my life for you. Um, I kind of do, I guess. I don't live my life at the whims of other people and what you think I should do. I did that for so many years as a news anchor. It's had to be the Rick dancer that everybody wanted me or needed me to be, and that's horseshit. And I'm not doing that ever again. I did that for 25 fucking years. It's had to be the Rick dancer that you needed me to be, or that I thought you needed to be, or that KEZI wanted me to be, the image they wanted. And I wasn't very good at it, which pissed them off. But now I don't go back. I was just kind of interested in local urban folklore. That would be a very interesting thing. Country club, or there is the Applegate Lodge right on the river. Both are good food. Okay, I'll tell my wife. I'll remind her of that. No one can upstage you, Rick. You are the man. Oh, I'm not worried about being upstage. I hope people take that in the right light. That's not a COVID cough, just so you know. Agreeing to disagree is definitely a lost art form. Yeah, you think? Yes, everyone should do what is right for them. But see, then people will say, no, you need to do what's right for everybody. And I think you have to take that into consideration. And I do. When I'm in a situation where somebody requests that, I'm going to do what they need me to do. I'm fine with that. I don't want to put people at risk. When I'm running down the bike path and you throw up your mask because I'm running, that my air might get into you. Come on. I must be great to do your own thing. It's the hardest thing I've ever done. And I learned the most about myself. And since I own my own business, I have to make a living. And I think people think that I'm, rich, and this is just a sidebar thing. I did that as a public employee. Got to watch what you say. Yeah, I know, Tawny. You do. Now I don't. How do you not explode? How did you not explode in that 25 years? Oh God, Jessica, that's a really good question. I did. I went to a lot of therapy. Um, hmm. That's why I left, because it was killing me. When I had the opportunity to run for Secretary of State in 2008, um, it was my way out. If I hadn't left, I think I'd be dead of a heart attack or frustration or something. Um, it was a great job, and I wouldn't be where I am today had I not had it. And it taught me a lot. It's part of my foundation. I don't regret it. Um, but yeah, it was killing me. And I'll come by and buy you a beer. Okay. I haven't watched Katie's Eye since you left. I hadn't either. I don't watch any news now, but thank you. I'm wondering the schools are going to be like in the fall. Me too. I worry about our children. I don't worry about things. I'm concerned for our kids. I can't imagine sending kids to school and telling them to wear a mask. What kid's going to wear a mask all day in school? They can't do that. When I was married, I felt I couldn't do my own thing. You have found a balance that is weird to me. When I was married, I felt I couldn't do my own thing. You have found a balance that is weird to me. That's okay, Mark. I'm fine with that. Imploded rather than exploded. Yeah. Isn't it funny that nowadays, if you cough or sneeze in Latin Valley, it's not COVID? I'm sure you guys have seen the thing. I used to cough to cover a fart. Now I fart to cover a cough. It happened to me with the expectations of others become too much. I imploded. Yeah, I agree, Deborah. And too many people do that. I followed you my whole life, and I am happy you got out to do what you want to do. Thank you, Jessica. I love love being me. I wouldn't want to be. I really like being who I am. I mean, I'm not. I've got issues, and last night I went to bed and things were falling apart. Some things were not working well. Not in my marriage, just at my business things had fallen through, and I was kind of depressed. And I struggle with depression. I was kind of depressed, and my wife was just talking me through some of that, and went to bed really foggy, not feeling very good, and got up and I literally said to myself, "Okay, Rick, you have to find something to make this a better day," and I did. Um, so yeah, I think sometimes people think, oh, Rick, you got everything together and all that stuff. I'm just as fucked up as anybody else is. Um, but I deal with it and I work on it. Wow, Secretary of State was 12 years ago. I know. 12 years ago when I left KUZI and ran for Secretary of State. And I'd be your governor right now. I never watch TV. Yeah, I'm not worried about my kids in mass. The schools can have fun with whatever they want to do. I have 4 autistic children, so good luck. That's awesome. Your kids will put them to the test. I love kids with autism. They're real. They're just real. They'll let you know exactly what you're doing. You took the good and moved on and are better for it now. I taught my kids to always take the good when you move on. I hope my kids have learned to take chances and risk. That life isn't meant to be comfortable. That life's meant to be lived. And sometimes living is really hard and scary. And it means bringing different people into your life and allowing people to challenge you and stuff. And yeah, I think by my wife and me having taken the risk after 25 years to dumping our career, running for Secretary of State, my boys saw how hard that was and how mean people were. And yet we still stood up. And then it was 2 years after that when I got cancer. So they saw us fight cancer. And I think they've learned that, I hope that they've learned that their mom and dad are like a unit and they're really tough together and they're not afraid to go out and do things. And I want my kids to get to the end of their life. I want to get to the end of my life and go, now that was good. What are you using to be able to pop up the comments? This is called StreamYard. It's a program, and I can just go down the list. Your comments come up on the side. I just click it on, and you do you really good. Thanks, Tony. I'm pretty good at me. I'm really bad at being you, but I'm really good at being me. Oh, thanks, Ann. I appreciate that. I'm as real as I can be. I mean, there's things I'm not. I mean, there's things I don't tell you. Not very much. My wife says, "Do you have to tell everybody everything?" And I'm going, "Yeah." Because I think we learn when people are vulnerable, when you're vulnerable and you just let yourself be you, I think people learn more, don't you? I mean, I think so. And so if we're all put here, um, you know, to be pretty boys and girls and everything to look perfect, I don't learn from perfect people. I learn perfectly from people who are perfectly imperfect. Making more masks, wondering why this world has lost its mind and why politicians give in to rioters and a few crybabies. Other than that, let's see what rerun is on Andy Griffith. You're welcome. All right, you guys. Honesty is too rare. You guys, okay, I got to go do a couple more things today, and I got a meeting at 3:30. It's good talking to you, and thanks for I don't have to come up with content. You guys can always do that for me, and I appreciate that. So if this, had anything worthy and you want to share it on your page, go for it. Otherwise, you don't have to. It's no big deal. That's what we do, right? All right. So remember the words of the black man I was telling you about earlier today. That's kind of how to end your day. And let me I got to sit here and think because my mind is in a different place right now. But he said that what George Floyd needed at that last moment was to breathe. And this African-American man said, what we as Americans need to do right now is stop and breathe. So everybody just take a second before you comment. Breathe in Hold it for 4 seconds and breathe out. Do that 4 times. And then you know what I do? Then whoever comes to my mind, I pray for people in a weird way. I don't pray for something for you because that's very arrogant of me. Like I think you need that. Like I know. I just pray God bless them. So it's like I do my 4 breaths, hold it in for 4 seconds, hold it for 4 seconds, out for 4 seconds. Do that 4 times. So I do in the middle of the night when I wake up. And then whoever comes to mind, even if I hate them, and I do hate people, then I just say bless them. I don't hate you guys, but in other words, I go bless Jacob, bless Dana, bless Rick, bless Kat, Deborah, Brett and Denise, Lori, Wanda, Jessica, Ann. Bless their lives. And then you just let, God or whatever you believe do the work because he knows what we need. We don't know what we need. And so you just do that and see right there. That's how you change your world, and it's how you change the world around you. So get off your ass and go live.